Yes, 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. I have been told, good evening, everybody. My name is Susan. Hello. We are small but not mighty tonight. As you can see, it's very hot. I appreciate everybody that showed up in this heat. Hopefully you're getting some of the breeze from the fans over here. And thank you for everybody that's online. I appreciate it. So we'll get started and others will start to jump in as we go along, okay? I'll need my glasses for this, and I've been told that I must keep this mic close to my mouth because last time I did not do that. So if you start to not be able to hear me, let us know on Zoom, okay? So we're going to start first with our president of our tenant association, Savoy Park Tenants Union. And he's going to give us a report on the donations that we have and some of our possible upcoming expenses and why we need donations. One moment.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Hi. Online. Good evening. Even though we're kind of. All right. So our current donation total is $645 in total. Which also is included in that is the $135 for our summer social. So overall, it's a $645. Can you hear me? I'm sorry. So our total donation is $645 in total, which includes the $135 that we received last time for the summer social. The need for donation. One, we're working on a website currently, working on a domain, as well as other back-end information and resources so that you guys can know what's going on at all times via a click of a button. But we need money to do that. And that yearly cost is going to be around $600 just for that alone. So we need everyone to get up the donations so that we can go ahead and do our banking, go ahead and do everything else to make us an official organization that streams smoothly. All right. So if you have any donations right now, we're taking cash, but by the time we come back from our August break, we will have an actual account that you can just scan, donate, and keep it moving. All right. So that's our donations, Susan.
Very good. Thank you, Will. Woo! And thank you for everybody that's donated. We cannot do this without you. 100%. We use it for printing, for like multimedia stuff, and to be able to connect with you. So thank you again. Okay, we're gonna get kind of the main part of actually, I'm gonna do what I did last time, if you guys are okay with that. I'm gonna start with the general announcements first, because sometimes we forget to do those, okay? And they are important. As William told you, we're going to go on a 1-month hiatus, sort of. We're going to take a little bit of a break. There will be no regular meeting next month, but we are going to have a summer social, which is planned for the 23rd. And hopefully we'll have some fun surprises for you. We urgently need people to help us plan that, okay? But on the general announcements, what we would like is if you can please, I have some index cards up here, and afterwards you can come and you can fill out your suggestions on what you would like us to kind of focus on, going forward and next year, okay? Also on the actual physical agenda, there's a link to a form. If you prefer to fill it out online, you can do that. That's everything. Like, it's not just what you want us to help get things fixed, but do you want different clubs, different groups, different social events? What do you want? This is your tenant association, and so we need to hear from you, okay? So if you click that link, if you have the live agenda, you can go directly and suggest to us what you'd like to see. And the other thing is just a reminder to make sure you're on our email list, because that's how you get a lot of information. Also, you get all these forms that we have that we're going to be handing out today that are live, and you can click and you can download, you can save them, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing is, we want to bring your attention to a lot of the outside civic meetings that may be of interest to you. We have a number of board members that attend these civic meetings, and they can tell you a little bit more about it. Reynard, do you have a moment? Would you mind telling? No, no updates? Okay. Do you want to tell them a little bit about what CB10 is and things like that? Just kind of cover it. There you go. Reynard.
Hi, just for anybody that doesn't know, Community Board 10 is just basically right there on 125th, and that they meet, the Community Housing Board meets every third Wednesday of the month. So feel free to drop in. They have a lot of people in the community that can kind of help us connect with elected officials. So we've been basically just cultivating that relationship. It's great if you guys wanted to show up. If anybody wants to show up, absolutely do so as a member of the Savoy Park Tenants Union, and they'll be glad to see you there. They know of us, so we have a presence there. The safety meeting is also it's on Thursday, this coming Thursday, the third Thursday of every month. Oh, the senior task force is every third Thursday of the month?
Yep.
What is that one?
Yeah.
So wait, is it this every third Sunday, every third Thursday? No.
Yeah.
Wait, both of them?
Yeah, but this is during the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll send that out in the email so that you have it.
On all the meeting emails, if you scroll down far enough, you can see, and there's a link. Click on that link and it takes you to the information about all these community meetings. The next one is once a month. Also, the 32nd Precinct Community Council meets, usually over at the Joseph P. Kennedy Community Center. And that's a good way to tell NYPD about things that you're concerned about or you want them to look at or watch for, okay? And again, scroll down on that email that you got about this meeting and there's a live link and you can find out more information. The last general announcement is the Fairstead Management Contacts. We try to update this as much as we can. There's a few printouts here, but again, in the emails, you have them live. Feel free to take them with you. We update them whenever we hear of a new employee or if somebody left. So, you know, it does change quite a bit. So just bear with us if sometimes they're a little out of date, but we do try to keep it current. Okay, with that said, I'm going to go back to the front of the agenda and I'm going to turn it over to Dom.
Hello, everyone.
Our rock star tenant organizer. We adore you.
Hello. Woo! Hi, everyone. It's wonderful to see you all here today. My name is Dominique. I'm the tenant organizer with the Metropolitan Council on Housing. And we've been doing a lot of work with the Savoy Park Tenant Union for over a year and a half now. So I want to talk really quickly for any new folks about two things that Met Council does that you can take advantage of. If you go to metropolitancouncilonhousing.org, you can find our Tenants' Rights Hotline. This is a really useful tool, completely free for any New York City tenant. You can call our volunteers. If you have a question about your lease, if you have a question about your rights as a tenant in New York City, you can call and get answers. I can't promise there's going to be lawyers on the other end of the phone. A lot of times our volunteers are paralegals or people learning to become lawyers, or even just tenants who have really been through the ringer. But please don't feel lost. You can always reach out and find help at our Tenants' Rights Hotline. It's open 3 times a week, and you can find all that information on our website. Another thing that we've been doing a lot of work out in the streets, pushing for a rent freeze. I'm very happy to say that during the Democratic primary, a candidate won who is committed to freezing stabilized rents for 4 years. So give a little round of applause for that. Now we still got to get over that finish line in November, of course, and we still have to push these politicians to fulfill the things that they're actually telling us they're going to do. But I want us all to take a moment. It was the 10,000 tenants across this city that signed this petition, a lot of whom I see in this room right now, that got that done. So I want to thank you all for that. I was very proud to be a part of that movement with Savoy. And now, last but not least, I just want to tell you, in the fall, our tenant walk-in clinics are going to start again. Again, if you go to our website, you'll be able to find the information for this. If you've got a big stack of paperwork, whether from your landlord or from court, and you don't know how to parse through it, you can, again, for free, come bring that to one of our walk-in clinics, and we can help you move through that. So thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you so much for organizing with your fellow neighbors. And thank you so much for standing up at Savoy Park. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight.
Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Almaz, another one of our board members. Here you go.
Hi, everyone. You may remember me from a couple of the other meetings. I just want to add and underscore a point of what Dom said. We, as the tenant union, work very closely with Met Council. So when y'all ask us these questions of like, what do I do when my ledger is wrong? What do I do if my tub's not, they haven't fixed my tub? We literally go to them and say, what should we do? So if you can have direct access to their tenant clinics, direct access to their hotline, please do that, because that also helps us and it also helps them with the mission and the work that they're trying to do. So Dom comes here from a very far place, also known as Staten Island, every time. So when he's coming up here, he's coming here to support us. So if you don't have the phone number, take the phone number. It's on his shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's on the back. You gotta turn around now. Okay, the phone number is 212-979-0611. If you don't have that, please write that down and then, okay. And I'll say it again for the folks on the phone, 212-979-0611. All right?
And
And
if
then-
you call and no one picks up, really quick, leave a message. You will get recalled back
Yes.
by our office.
And they do follow up. So if you have an individual tenant issue, right, something specific to you that we won't necessarily know is not part of like the larger unit, tenant union issues, call them. They'll be able to help you, okay? All right, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Almaz. That's great. And I do want to underscore, thank you, Dom. Dom's been with us from the beginning. He has helped us organize this from the beginning. So a big thank you to him. Yeah. And I know that there's some volunteers. They also need volunteers. They need volunteers. So think about it. Yeah, think about it. Okay, moving on. This one, I'm going to ask, first of all, how many people here happen to be from this building, 2300? 1, 2. We got 2 of you. Awesome. Awesome. Three. Who here is from 30? Is anybody from 30? Oh, awesome. Okay, awesome. 3, awesome. All right, I might as well go down the line. 15? 15, okay. 630? And 60? 620. All right. 45. Woo! That's Cal. He's also part of our board. Did I miss any buildings? Okay. We desperately, and when I say desperately, need building reps in these buildings and floor captains. Sure, that's a great question. That's an awesome question. So a building rep, and we can have 2 to 3 building reps per building, because it's a light lift, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna be working closely with the Savoy Park board. If you see something in your building that's a problem, you're gonna come to us. You're gonna let us know that this is a problem, and we're gonna try to help you. That's kind of what a building rep does. Yes. I do see that the gentleman is pointing out they have a leak in their mailbox room. It's bigger than a leak, he says. That's by her bathroom and I'm so sorry to hear that. He's saying it's an extension of where the rats were.
They caused that problem too.
Okay, and thinks that they caused that problem as well.
That
Okay,
unhealthy odor.
Oh, yeah,
They come in, they can't get out.
right, yeah,
And they treat this like they're dealing with, roaches.
right, right,
You can't, you can't use spray for rats that you see them.
right,
You know,
Right.
and then they act like the rats are stupid, the rats are not stupid.
yeah.
They build the,
I'm gonna recap in a second.
The whole, the close up the current hole at the back, building up hole right there.
Right,
They build-
yeah.
How long has it been like this?
This has been like this for at least 3 weeks.
Oh,
Has
my
anyone
goodness.
Filed HPD or 311, the only reason why I'm
Well,
asking is.
we said it probably got like this and they started doing something outside. So they had HPD coming in. And they got-
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
got the Smell, so they initiated a process.
Okay.
But my point is that we have video of the fact where they came in, were running around and, on what their rooms for. I mean, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I get the process they utilize is that. Is.
Yeah.
It's antiquated.
Yeah.
Totally void of any real solutions, like they want the best.
Yeah.
And the best, but they.
So,
Early in the morning, they're running down, they're running in the lobby down here.
yeah, that's not okay.
But
Yeah. So I'm I'm,
this
Mhm.
needs to, this highlight the harsh treatment that they have, that's here, that live here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people's had, we've had this fight with them before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we made it get some of that, man, this rat situation, something like that, allegation.
yeah,
They carry a grudge, like,
Yeah.
finish it. But now it's like, it's like, this is like, it's just totally unacceptable, and I don't know how long this will stay like.
yeah. So I'm going to recap because it's hard for the people on Zoom to hear. They have been dealing with a rat issue for quite some time in this building. And the gentleman is saying that he feels that they are not dealing with it properly and something has to be done. And we totally agree. And what we're going to do before we hear you. And before we get too off track, I want to kind of get through this, but come up afterwards and let's kind of brainstorm. And to that end, just a second, to that end, we're more powerful in numbers, right? What we are finding, and this is fine. We're so happy that you're coming to us and you're going to Dom, wherever Dom went. You're going to Dom and you're going to other resources, and we're happy to give you resources. But we can't solve it alone. Like the board cannot solve it alone. We try, but we have to have numbers behind us. That's the bottom line. So we appreciate you joining. This is your tenant union. When you say I'm part of SPTU, it's you. It's not just some of the leaders you see, kind of running the meetings or sending things out. It's you. This is your group. And that kind of leads to the suggestion box. Yes. Oh, hold on. Yeah. This-
Piggyback on this is exactly the reason why we're asking for building representatives. Because if you're in this building and you know this is happening and it's still this way a week from now, 2 weeks from now, you could communicate that with us because clearly we don't have a lot of people involved with SPTU from this building, so we just don't know. So this is why we need representation from your building.
Get back, initial conversation regarding involvement and debate. And there's, but I see the bill on the list.
Yeah, well, you've always been on the list. Oh,
That's what I'm go back. I just want to be the participation and to actually represent.
right.
where we
So
are.
if I could just say, like, this is again why we need participation from you in the Senate's union. Because again, if we don't know that this is happening, we can't go back to the
No, I
community.
knew that. I know she thought it was the league. It's bigger than the league.
Right,
Yeah.
and then you say, and it's kind of the same where you tell Fairstead, well, we've got this problem and they're not doing anything about it. Like when we are asking for people to participate as a building representative, we need active participation in that you come to us, you tell us this has been happening for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's a very light lift, We need some people from this building to be more active in the union so that we know this stuff is going on. So that when we go to the community board meetings, we can let them know, hey, this building has got this issue. Who can we reach out to? We can get your building specifically in touch with those people. We can sign on as one big building collective, 2,300, send that to Fairstead. But until we have representatives from this building and from each building, as a part of the tenants union, we just can't know. And we're such a small number, we can't do it for every single building. So this is why we need more people to come to these meetings to be invested in what we're doing so that we can grow and get these things taken care of more expeditiously. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. He's got, yeah. No, oh, I'm sorry, Cal. Want to come over here?
One of the things,
Oh, you gotta come over here. I'm sorry.
all right.
It does a stretch.
One of the things that I found effective as a building rep is to support what you're saying. So things that I find in the building, like a lot of times I'll walk around and I'll see that the gates are open. Or there may be some lights out in hallways, or tenants may. I've seen some action on that. I've seen some action on that. So that's one of the things, like as a building rep, when we have building reps, those are ways in which we can address flagrant issues and get a quicker response, and also let them know that it's not just the tenant complaining, that this is the attention of the Savoy Park Tenant Union. It is the attention of all of the tenants on the floor in the building. And that supports this idea of numbers, but the building reps are very important to assess what's going on in the building with the tenants and communicate that issue to management on behalf of, this tenants union. So really would like to really encourage people for building reps, floor captains, things of that nature. And we can, so we can all like experience, because we got to get these things fixed. Power and numbers. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. The commotion that you saw behind the scene this seems to have dropped out for some of the Zoom. Can they hear us still?
Yes.
Okay, they can. Yes, you want? That's a very good question. I'm not repeat the question. She wants to know how long Fairstead has been managing this property. Does anybody know from the court? Fairstead. You can come. Probably 2020. No, it's before that. 2018, we think. 20.
Last 2 weeks, they have been texting me, and I work for a mental health clinic, so I'm the patient, they're texting me and they're calling me. I'm not behind rent, my rent does not get paid on first, I'm on a program.
Mhm.
I've been here for 10 years, they know this, I said
Yeah.
that to them inside. And no disrespect, but if that person calls me one more time, I'm gonna act like sound my parents.
She said that I can answer this question. She said that she's getting constant texts about her rent being late and phone calls. And it has to do with because of the agreement that she has to pay rent at a different time during the month. What they did, and this is recent, since I'd say March of this year, they decided to deploy an AI bot called Aaron. And so Aaron looks at it, it doesn't distinguish it. Right now, it's not distinguishing between if you have an agreement to pay on the 15th and the 30th or whatever. It just sees that on the 1st, there's no rent being paid, and it sends you out that text message. It's not a real person. If it says, "Hi, my name is Aaron," it's not a real person. It's not a real person. Don't let it throw you. Yeah.
Also opt out. Just say stop. If when they text you, respond stop.
Oh, yeah, response button. Let me, yeah, yeah, you could block the number. Okay. So kind of going back to, we hear you and we're going to try to keep it not to individual issues right now, but afterwards come up to us. We absolutely need, it's what we plan to do is we plan to have a little mini training for building reps and floor caps. Awesome. Woo! What's your name? What's your name? Pat. Pat. Thank you, Pat. 30. Oh, awesome. We need one. Come out up afterwards. And what we'll do is we're going to try to have a fun training, maybe get together with Dom. We're 2300. Woo! What's your name? Felicia. Give it up for Felicia. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Woo! We have a partnership. We have two. And what's your name?
Oh.
Cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got two. Wow, 30 and two from. I appreciate it. Let's get your contact information afterwards and in the fall. Okay, I'm not going to promise anything next month. We're going to take off a little bit of time, but we'll do some training. We'll have fun with it. We'll get some. Okay, perfect. And he's a great building rep. So, you know, we can really learn from him. It's from Cal. Okay, he's the building rep at 45. All right. Thank you so much. We'll keep building it. You guys are amazing. To that end, we have something else that we really, really need participation in, and we want to build it. And this is about building community. And I have one of my amazing neighbors here to talk to us about it from 6:30, Venice. So Venice, can I have you come up and explain what you're doing on this new committee? Awesome. Thank you, Venice.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? All right, my name is Venice Grimes. I live in building 630. Some of you might have seen me, some of you may have not know me, might not know me. But either way, what I'm doing here, along with the tenants union, is working with them to create a Savoy Park Code of Ethics. And what that is we're seeking to reintroduce and redefine what it means to be community. As members of the tenants union has said, presence is important. Presence is important. You can say any and everything here at this meeting, but if you're not present when things to address these issues, it gets swept under the rug. They don't take us serious. And it's on us to create that level of community that builds that level of respect for Fair Set to respect us as tenants, as a community. Everyone here has a lot of concerns. We are dealing with a lot as individuals, as in our own families, in our own apartments, but we have to now be a collective. There's strength in numbers. One voice is loud, but a community of voices is a goddamn roar. We need to be raw. You know what I'm saying? So we need participation. We've had meetings, 2 meetings thus far, and the meetings were great. A lot of your tenants have voiced concerns.
It says done speaking.
But to that degree, this is y'all building. This is 2300. All the residents here in 2300 should be coming down. We should hear everybody speaking on that, right? Right? All of these meetings, this is for us, not me, not the tenants union, us, all of y'all. So we need to be present. We need to be present and we need to come together and address these issues and also answer the question, what it means to be community. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to us? What does that mean to everyone within this gate? Your friends, your family who come to visit. Do they respect your home? If you have a problem with someone coming into your house, putting your feet on the couch, you should have a problem with someone coming to your door and leaving dog piss or pooping on your lobby, in your hallway floors. And I get it. Some of us are concerned and are afraid of speaking up. There's this one great important thing that we have now called technology. You ain't got to say nothing. Take a picture, boom, boom, send it. We have an email. Can we put the email in the chat for the
Savoy?
Y'all hear that? savoyissues@gmail.com. You got someone that's on your floor that's doing something they shouldn't be doing. You don't know who to bring it to? savoyissues@gmail.com. You got somebody who's smoking something that smells horrid. You don't like the smell. You don't know what to do? savoyissues@gmail.com. You don't know who to address? We're presently going to create a chain of command so you know who to bring things to, who to address it to before anything goes, to better preserve your mental health, your mental state of mind. But you also need to be present. You also need to be here at these meetings. So I'm asking you all, men, women, men, fellas, how many fellas are here? Raise your hands. All the gentlemen. Fellas. 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 We need y'all. I need y'all. We have to do this. We have to change. And it starts with us, all of us. So again, the next meeting will be in September. Be on the lookout for flyers to give you a heads up. The flyer will come out probably mid to late August, but the meeting will be in September. And the expectation is a great turnout, a great number of people to come and address, and we create this policy for us to preserve our grounds, to preserve our homes. You love Savoy Park. You wouldn't be here if you didn't, right? Or is this just a whatever because I got someplace to live? So, community.
Sorry,
Sure.
I just got in, I missed part of the beginning of the, line. If you could, or someone could just recap, the relevant stuff. I received a letter in the mail that stated that we would have a rent reduction for my building because, two issues that still haven't been maintained. There was also a list of 12 things that had been maintained, but they really haven't. So, I want to make sure that everyone here knows that, you guys have been productive. There has been some, positive, movement toward the rent reduction and, if you can speak to that. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I'll leave it there. The meetings are also held in the community room in the back. Here in where? Community room where? Okay, so y'all know where it's at. All right. But the meetings will be held there. Usually on a Saturday. I know you like to enjoy your Saturdays, just rest from work. You're tired, you're burnt out, you may have kids that you have to take care, cook, feed, do whatnot. Or your bones, I'm 41 and all of a sudden my knees is wobbling, my back, but if you can get there, get there. All presence is appreciated, Thank you. Right. There we go. All right. You're welcome.
Yeah, yes, yeah. You have to come up to the thing because people can't hear and then come on up.
Just to support and add one thing to that, the code of ethics, according to some of the meetings that we've been to, is to develop a list of codes that we expect all tenants to abide by. So this is a list of how, statements of purpose that bullet points that we expect the tenants to abide by. Clean up after your dog, pets, things that we can hold ourselves as tenants of this complex that will help make it better, that we want to hold ourselves accountable for first, so that we can have more leverage with the management. Thank you.
Okay. She just had a comment. Her voice is a little sore. Her throat is a little sore. Sorry, mate. Sorry. She wants, and this kind of speaks to getting involved. Email. You have the emails. There is accessibility issues on the property. Make sure that you're emailing the appropriate people, and savoyissues@gmail.com. Copy us, okay? But it has to be on record for the rights, for the human rights. What was the name of the yeah, it needs to be on record for the gates so that things can get fixed. Thank you so much. Okay. Moving along. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay. All right. I have a printout, and I'll give it to you afterwards. One of our board members, she attended a recent seminar on housing court and housing court information. It was very interesting. She sent us a printout of things that she learned about. Because we're running a little bit long, I'm not going to go through each point right now, but you will get that in your email updates. Okay. It's very interesting, and what can and can't be done, and where you can go for help. And don't forget that tenant hotline. If you're having issues, even with housing court, I'm sure that they can give you some good advice. Okay. All right. So I'm going to super summarize this. Okay. Because I have a really detailed document. Every building on campus submitted a building-wide rent reduction, okay? And that takes a long time. Building-wide rent reductions are submitted to the state. This is important to kind of remember that, to the state, okay? That's DHCR. That's not HPD. That's totally different. That's the city, okay? So right now we're just talking about a state complaint that was sent to DHCR. 2 buildings that I'm aware of right now, and I have to correct something that I said in last month's meeting, but 2 buildings, 630 and 30, you're in 30? Yes. Have received their decision letters, and they have been granted it. Okay. Yay. That's woo! We are waiting, as it turns out. Last month I had said that 620 had received their decision. They did not, and I'm going to explain that in a second. There were 2 different legal teams, and I'm going to give you there's a very detailed memo that I handed out last month of which legal teams worked with which buildings. It turned out that NIMIC worked with 2300 and 620. NIMIC did a double filing. They did what they called a building-wide rent reduction and an IRR, an individual rent reduction. So a building-wide rent reduction is the common grounds, the lobby, anything that's not inside your apartment, okay? An individual rent reduction is an IRR, okay? That's anything inside your apartment. The people in 630 have been granted the reduction based on the IRR, but they have not been granted the reduction based on the building wide, okay? Now, all the other buildings that I didn't just mention worked with Take Root Justice. So 630 got theirs when? April? Yeah, we talked about it in May. Okay, that's right. And we also had the issue, like this gentleman was saying, he's from 30, he just recently got it, and it listed 2 things or something like that that they did not maintain, but all these other things that they're claiming that they maintain, but really are not. So what we can do is we can work then, what 60 did is we're working with Take Root Justice and we're filing what they call a PAR, a PAR. And don't ask me what that acronym is.
Petition for administrative review.
Petition for administrative review. Thank you, Dom. And that is an appeal to say we don't agree with that decision. Your building and everybody on it, and Dom has been working with you. I didn't realize that you already reached out to them, and then I reached out this afternoon too, so you got a lot of information. You have 30 days to get this filed. There is some administrative paperwork that we have to do during that time. One is to sign, yes, I agree to do the appeal. And the second one is you need to sign a new retainer agreement with them. So it's just a little bit of work. It's not going to be, we'll organize that. I'm going to work with Dom to kind of get that organized and with your new building rep, and we'll figure it out. Woo! And we'll make it as easy and as smooth as possible. Okay. But the good news is, when you do, and again, this memo, if you didn't get the memo last week, and I'll send it out also in the email with live links and everything, or last month, sorry, then if you did get it, we suggest that you go down to DHCR on 125th Street. You can call them and make an appointment. Here's what you need to bring: your current lease, the lease right before this current lease, and the lease right before that lease. So you're going to bring 3 leases, okay? They're going to sit down with you. They're going to tell you how much you're entitled to in the reduction. And it's based on when you moved in, when the effective date was, and they'll do all that crazy math. All right. As it turns out, I think our effective date was November. So that's something now like 10 months. So there's a 10-month period, and that math they'll figure out with you. So in my case, I'm going to just pick a number out of the air. Let's say it was $100 difference. That means that I'm due back $1,000. So it is worth your time. I got to say this again. It is worth your time to make this appointment and sit down with them with what? The 3 leases that you need. You also need to bring your new real ID. You can't get into state buildings. I'm just like letting you know without that, okay? Or your passport or whatever. They changed that rule. It's, yeah, the real ID or passport. Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah. So yeah. There's a question. Yeah, can you? Yeah. Okay. You want to repeat that?
What I believe the question was, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Can you hear me?
Is it jiggled? Just a second.
Okay. What I believe the question was if we get our rent reduction, say 20 people in the building get a rent reduction for the building wide, if 10 of them go to and actually file a petition for administrative review and get it changed, does that mean that the other 10 don't get it? Is that what you're asking? Yes. So let me tell you right now, if you got this in the mail, you have your rent reduction. No matter what Fairstead says, they say, oh, we haven't applied it yet, this and that. There's been some funny business in 630 and 620 with Fairstead. If DHCR sends you this letter, you have this rent reduction. And I want everyone to I want to hone in on something that Susan said real quick. You all are paying rent for a list of services. They have not given you those services. That means that you are entitled to this rent reduction, okay? It's not a boon they're giving you. It's not a present. It's something you deserve. And you all organized together. We were right back there in that room, filling out paperwork with the lawyers after we all came out of work. This is what you've earned, and I hope each and every one of you takes the steps to actually get this now. So please, thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to pass it back to Susan. Did that answer your question?
So I have just a handful more of these. I want to give them to the people that maybe that filed for the rent reduction and got it already. But if you need a printout and you don't have a printer and you want me to print it out for you, we'll get it to you. Otherwise, it will be in your email. Okay. All right. So Also, you can continue to check your status. It's on the agenda here. You have your docket number. You have the email, the website where you can go and you plug it in and you can see what status it's in. Okay. Let's see. And next steps, I just talked about next steps. Let me think. Okay. All right, action. Okay. So that's kind of our big action number one that we did in conjunction with Dominic and the legal teams and all that. Okay. Okay. All right. So the next action that we have, I'm just going to pause just a second. One mic. Yeah.
I think you just answered, but can you specifically respond to if somebody said they filed the building in 620, filed it, but they received a notification?
Any notification.
They do.
Has this person, and if you can type it in the chat, you've not received the building, nobody in 620 has received notification about the building-wide rent reduction. However, I believe some people, and I don't know if it's all people, some people have gotten the IRR, okay? But usually the building-wide rent reduction decision letters go out all at the same time. So like when your neighbors are getting it, you're getting it. And remember, again, I just want to kind of reiterate, you had to have participated last fall or last summer, last fall, to get this. That's not to say we're not going to maybe do another one. So keep your ears peeled for that. So that's kind of our big action one. Did that answer her question? Okay. Okay. Action 2, we did this with another tenant organizing group called Palante. What we did is we did a mass submission to HPD. And who remembers what HPD is? Is it state or city? City. It is city. It's not state. So we filed individual. If you had an issue inside your apartment, we filed, they helped us file a mass complaint on your behalf, okay? We are extending it through basically tonight. So we brought extra authorization forms if you want Palante to do it on your behalf, and checklists. So let's do this afterwards, okay? And let's get it done. We'll take it over there. It's a process. When you do that, you will start to be called by the city, HPD, and they need to come over and they need to inspect what you say is wrong, okay? You must cooperate with them, okay? Because that's the only way that they can grant it or not grant it, okay? On that memo, there is a phone number. They have a new system where they are now calling. It's automated. They'll say, hey, we got your complaint. Has it been fixed? And you just touch yes or no, whatever the prompt is. All right. Make sure you're picking up that call. The call is, do I have it on the, I don't think I have it on the agenda, but it is on this memo and it's in your email. The phone number is there. If you want to, she's going to read it. What is it? 212-863-7670. Put that in your phones, label it HPD complaints or something like that, 311, and answer it, okay? Because they'll leave a message, but you can't call back and tell them, okay? So they need to know. Otherwise, they're going to close out they'll call they'll try you 3 times and then they're going to close it out, okay? Along with them doing that, what they did is they filed also, and I need to clarify this, maybe Almaz, we can talk afterwards. I don't know if they officially filed a building-wide rent reduction on top of it or an IRR. An IRR. They filed IRRs for all those that filled out these lists, okay? So we have a lot of moving pieces. Things are happening. People are getting contacted. People are getting granted things. but it's more on an individual basis with that, okay? If you have questions, savoyissues@gmail.com. Email us. I know I've been talking a lot. I appreciate your patience. Are there any questions about these actions and these initiatives that I can help with right now? And if you have individual questions, feel free to come up afterwards. Yes. That's okay. No. How long does it take until you hear something after you file the building-wide rent reduction? That is hard to say. They won't tell us. The state won't tell us. It varies. I will say that I think we filed in last summer, and we just got one of them in April and the other one now in July. And yours was filed at the very same time as 6:30. Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to repeat in a second. Oh, that's a previous. Mhm, mhm. Okay. Yeah, no, I hear you. Okay, good. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, it's very frustrating. Yeah. So okay, go ahead. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mm. So there's a number of things going on. I'm just repeating so that the Zoom participants know what you were talking about. So prior to these actions that I just talked about tonight, 2300 did their own initiative and they did receive an award. And I may pass this to William because he knows more about it than I do. And so she said that she never received the money. Yeah. 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 Right. 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 And so they were also giving her an issue about renewing her lease, and there was a lot of back and forth. Yeah, 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 yeah. No. So, yeah. Right. She is advocating for staying calm and a measured approach to get things fixed. And I would say, me personally, I agree with you. Would you be willing to fill out the checklist so that we can get the things internal fixed for you? Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No, but let's get it. You deserve not to have mold and have that fixed. And yeah. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's okay. I'm just repeating so that they know they can hear. Yeah. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Would you mind coming up afterwards and speaking with us and let's see what we can do for you? Okay. All right. That's great. We'll see. Yeah. No, you don't be sorry. I'm glad. Yeah, that's why we're here. You're not, your voice needs to be heard. I get it. It's any other question about the current? Okay. We are going to, I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak on this. I want our president to speak on this.
So your question was, do we need board members? At this moment, your board members are your tenant union representation that's been the same for the last year and a half. We decided that rather than try to open the door and fill empty seats, that we're going to leave it as is until next year. And we're gonna open up, because we need to finish doing stuff behind the scenes before we let anybody else jump in. So we want to make sure that before anybody wants to jump on the board, that the board is solid, so that when you jump on, you don't just fall off. All right? But we'll welcome anybody who wants to help in any way. So we're not gonna turn down the assistance, but we can't technically just put you on the board just until next year. Building representatives will take as many as you want. Yeah.
We're gonna build it. And we'll figure that out together. I'll tell you, because we have so few building reps, we haven't built that out. And we have kind of few board members, if you will. We haven't fleshed that out. But we are going to, and we're going to make it work for you, the building reps and the floor captains, okay? We need time to sit down with you and listen to your vision and what you want to do. Go ahead. The floor captains would then talk to the building reps, okay? And so, because you, as a building rep, you can't be on all 17 floors all the time, right? You have your floor captain's eyes and ears. Also, floor captains can help you put up flyers, can maybe do some door knocking when there's a special event, and getting to know your neighbors. I don't know if Venice is still here. Okay, he had to leave. But working with Venice on this code of conduct, like when a new neighbor moves in, we envision this code of conduct that you all are going to develop, right? Your rules of the road for living in this community. We're going to, like the old fashioned welcome wagon, like, hey, this is kind of what we expect. Don't throw all your garbage, throw all your garbage down the chute. Don't just throw it on the floor. Pick up after your dog. These are like sort of basics, but we want to put it in writing and kind of solidify it, or he does in his committee. So that's something that we're working on. So back to the floor reps. The floor captains, sorry. They're going to be kind of your eyes and ears of the floor, and they're going to help the building reps.
But I buy or pack and go by themselves. So need two people knocking on the door that you pay.
Yeah, yes. You don't have to have just one floor captain. Like you can do the buddy system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can have more than one building rep. And we think that that's probably healthy, right? In a building.
You're planning on doing store knocking on her floor, you call up Dom.
Yeah, Dom's an expert. All right. So any other questions?
One thing on that front, I think locally, like I'm in building 60, all of our building reps, floor captains / have a group chat. So maybe that's a good place to kind of start. If you know of several people that are in your building that's interested in being a floor captain or buddying up, you guys just start like a group chat, and you set your boundaries, like, make each other up with a text at like 8 o'clock in the morning. We start at like 9, and if there's something. You set your own rules. And then hopefully your building reps will be in that group chat as well. And then they'll have a direct line with the leadership team on the board. So that they don't. No. It's just however you guys set it up. Like we typically touch base only if there's like an issue in the building. We're like, hey, can you run down and grab a package for me? Something like that. If it comes to that. These are people that you would know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We're going to set up, and again, this is all like you're running it, you're designing it. We'll figure out the communication and how that's going to go. Okay. It's very loosey-goosey right now. I have to. Yes, a couple of questions. Yes, there is, shoot. It's not in this, agenda. I should have put that. I'll send it via email. Yes, there is a link for the code of ethics. There was, there was a link about if you're on our email list, I would say in April, look at the April agenda and or look at the April meeting announcement. There's a link. Yes. Sure. That's a really good question. And that has come up. Yes, I'm going to repeat the question. Wants to know if we can start to do maybe things from time to time on the weekend, because he works her husband works nights, and it's hard for some people because they're busy, or maybe they have commitments on Tuesday. Some people do. 1:30, he was, okay, 1 to, yeah. So that is something that I think we should revisit. I think so. And we have talked about that in some of our board meetings. So we'll make sure that that comes up on the agenda of our board meetings. And maybe we can switch it up when the fall arrives, okay? Right now, we've kind of just to establish ourselves, we've done it every third Tuesday at 7:00, and we rotate buildings. And I think we did that for consistency purposes, but now that people kind of know who we are, maybe switching it up is not such a bad idea. Yeah. 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 We're fighting for a bigger space, like a community room. Okay. A bigger community room. So stay tuned. Okay. Any other before I turn this over to William for a fun announcement, any other questions about some of the initiatives that are going on? Yes. So that's part of the building wide. So that's that link right here.
Oh, it's.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the suggestions, or you can use an index card if you want to go old school, but there's a link, and I'll send the links out for the update. Okay. In the update, I'll send the links, all these links. All right. Spread the word to your neighbors. Spread the word to your neighbors. Okay. I know we've gone on a little bit longer, but sometimes it's good to just kind of get the information out. I'm going to turn it over to William for an exciting announcement.
All right, so as you all know, our summer social is coming up. And it's going to be, what day was that? The 23rd of August. So what we're thinking is to keep it fun, friendly, and community social wise. If you can, you're welcome to bring something, because we're going to do the light refreshments. You guys are welcome to bring whatever you want to contribute, whether it's soda, chips, food, music, whatever the case may be. You are welcome to bring money. I always take. I mean, I can't turn that down, but but to be seriously, we're gonna have a fun event. It's gonna be real interesting this year. We're gonna change it up a little bit. And if you have any suggestions in regards to committees or activities, please let us know, because we're running out of ideas. That's the question you're gonna want to bring up with Fair State Management. They changed the rules. No open fires on the, it's safety. It's no electrical either. So the question was, why cannot we barbecue on our own property? And that being the fact that Spearstead has a regulation on open flames on the property, as well as electrical grills for safety reasons. Have you tried writing them a letter?
Here you go.
So the conversation is regarding barbecuing on our own property. Yeah.
God forbid, God forbid.
Promise so.
God forbid. Now, I'm not being argumentative. But what if the open fire or something? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna,
We're gonna, so, okay, so, sorry about that. Okay. Okay. One moment, Amaz is gonna go. Okay. You want to wrap it up for us, Amaz?
All right, everybody. I want to respect everyone's time. Hey, everybody. Really quick, we want to respect everyone's time. We know that you choose to be here, and we say that this will be less than an hour. Today, we've gone over. Okay, we apologize for that, but there was some information we had to get through. So I'm going to wrap up the meeting, tell everybody thank you so much for coming. If there's a piece of paper that you needed that we didn't get to you, please come up to the table and ask us. Remember, August 23rd, we're going to gather in a social event outside. So check out your emails, check out the flyers. There's no August meeting. So the next tenant union meeting will be September. Okay? Thank you. If we don't see you in August, have a great rest of your summer. We're going to try to take a little bit of a break because we're tired. But if you do get your building-wide rent reduction, please be on the lookout because that has a timer on it, right? It's 30 days. As a board member, several of us have not received ours yet, so we are looking out for it. So if you receive something, let us know, okay, for your building-wide rent reduction. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you in September.